Jared, how close are people? Because, like you said, we can't see the whole scene. We're seeing, bits and pieces.
Well, I'll tell you what. We, because we've been on for so long, our batteries are low. We can't turn the light on. But Matt, let's. Can we swing the camera around? Bring it by me here. We'll swing the camera around and try to show you all the folks that are here.
Wow.
We'll bring it around. Slowly. I mean, you can see there are far more people here now than when we got here. Can we keep coming around with that, Matt, or is that going to stop us?
Jared, I have to ask, there are so many people on scene, so many spectators. Are they a safe enough distance, do you think, away from those flames, away from that last standing wall? What sort of safety measures are in place right now?
That is a great question, Kate, and I've been wondering that since we got here. I was amazed at how close the police lines were. In fact, you see where we are now, these folks are just directly kitty corner from where the fire was. And when we showed up, our photographer, Matt, who's operating the camera right now, he was standing here, and the first thing he said when we called him on the way in, he said, "I've got to go. There's a transistor here, and I can feel the heat from the flames on my face." So we knew this was a barn burner and this was going to be a problem for a while. We had no idea it would be to this extent, though. And they have not moved anybody back. I'm amazed by that. I think it's simply because they've been so busy trying to get this fire under control. Now, maybe, now that things seem to be settling a little bit ideally, and once they figure out what to do with the structure that may or may not come down, they might start to move these people back. But like I said before, I'm not kidding. Just before you came out to us, about 15 minutes before the 11 o'clock show, it's still raining on us right now because that wet ash is coming down. And when the second and third buildings took off, it was raining fire. Large chunks of fire were coming down on top of everybody here. And was there some concern? I would say so, but nobody moved an inch. I mean, they really don't want to lose their seats.
Hey, Jared, describe the scene when you were driving. I know you said it earlier, but describe it when you were driving to the scene. Were you able to see this fire from miles away, so to speak?
Aaron, you wouldn't even believe it. I swear to you, you wouldn't believe it. I know that you have been reporting as long as I have been, at least. And I've been to, I don't even know how many fires, probably 1,000. And I've never seen one like this before. We pulled up and it was like an oasis. I thought we were there. I thought we were on top of Gobles. And we were miles down the road, easily 2 miles down the road, and all we saw was flames shooting straight up. And as we got closer and closer, it was honestly terrifying at first. I couldn't believe that what we were seeing. When we heard that there were so many buildings involved, 2 to 3, we kind of looked at each other, my photographer and I, and we said, there's not many more buildings than that in Gobles. That's the majority of the town, and we thought that it was going to be something smoldering, smoke damage that they would have under control by the time we got here. We were not ready for what we saw when we got here, and obviously, as you saw at 10 o'clock, Aaron, we got here and we realized the urgency of the situation. We set up our live shot as quickly as we possibly could, and we got on air to show you guys what we were seeing. And I'm glad we did when we did, because at 10 o'clock we showed you this building. I think the first wall had just collapsed at that point, and the rest of the building was still relatively intact. And since then, though, 2, 3 more buildings destroyed, and I imagine that on down the line, they will probably be destroyed, if not by the fire itself, by smoke and by water before this evening is over.
I agree with you, Jared. Those are some of the live pictures. We haven't seen live pictures from a fire like that in a long time. And like you said, once again, I think we're going to wrap up in a little bit, but you said no one so far has been injured, or at least no reports of injuries so far?
There haven't been any reports of injuries so far. I haven't seen an ambulance here even, which is very surprising at this point. I'm sure there is one somewhere. In fact, as I said that, I see one directly behind us now. But no, I haven't heard a thing about injuries. And the folks that are here are not concerned about being injured. And now that the
looks like it's getting worse out
with those.
Jared, it looks like it's getting worse in the last couple of seconds. It looks like something is sparked up again out there.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying, Aaron. I think you're looking at the main wall directly in front of us. It's still shooting up clearly from time to time there. And with this wall not being supported by anything, I have to believe that it is going to be coming down. I mean, if the rest of the building came down the way it did, those walls exploded out into the streets when they came down. It didn't seem like just like it was simply falling. I mean, they came down with a lot of force. That's obviously a lot of brick. And as the wood on top of this brick wall gets more and more soaked, and the fire and the heat keeps working it from the second side, I can't imagine that it's going to be standing up for much longer. But, you know, I guess we're just going to have to wait and see on that. But I do see exactly what you are talking about. Those flames continue to seem to creep closer and closer to those windows, and the crews keep running out. They're out of hoses here. For the first hour that we got here, we watched crew after crew after crew show up, and the firefighters, I mean, firefighters are used to this, kind of the same way we are. Obviously, they're more prepared for fires than we are, but they're used to the scene. They're used to dealing with all of this, and some of these firefighters were in such a hurry that they seemed like they were their nerves were a little bit fried. You know, they knew that they had to get on top of this thing, or else there was a good chance that they were going to lose all the buildings on this side of the street. And, you know, that still might happen. I have not heard anything saying that this fire is under control, and as you said, it is still sparking up from time to time, despite the fact that right now I'm seeing 4 hoses and a water gun going on it at full bore.
Oh.
Yeah, Jared Worksma is doing a fantastic job here live in Gobles at the scene of this massive fire that has destroyed 3 buildings. Jared, we appreciate all your hard work out there. We know that you are waiting to speak with firefighters directly. They're just simply too busy at this time to speak with you, but we're going to cut you loose here, Jared, and wish you the best out there, and stay safe, okay? All right,
that was Jared. Those pictures were amazing. I hate to use that word, but unbelievable out there. Thankfully, no one so far has been hurt. Yeah. No reports of injuries, at least. And hopefully the firefighters out there stay safe, too.
All right, stick around. I want to take a look at your weekend forecast when we come back after a quick break.